I just deleted the video which I was able to upload. What do I do now? What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. After you purchase your electronics, your clothing, you take out the packaging and you throw it in the trash. Once a week, someone comes and take it all out. It's just like magic. But unfortunately, the same cannot be said for deleting a file on your computer or your phone. Usually, deleting something on your computer moves it to the recycle bin. And it doesn't have any sanitation technician who comes in every week and clears it off. It's just a different folder location where the files are stored, and anyone with access to your computer can see them. It's just like deleting a picture on your phone which goes and sits in the recently deleted items. I know you can call me silly for this, because once it's in the recycle bin, you can empty the whole thing with just one click, and my computer will tell me,
hey, there's a permanent change. That file will be no longer accessible on your computer once you do that.
I mean, you're right most of the time. The file is no longer accessible on your computer, but there is a huge difference if the file is easily accessible on your computer or whether it has been actually removed. Have you ever noticed deleting a 10 GB file is almost instantaneous, but if you want to copy a 10 GB file, it takes hours. Why? Is your computer even deleting the file? Why is writing a 10 GB file so much slower than deleting a 10 GB file? Before I answer that, let's go back to the basics. All your files on your computer are stored in bits. In other words, it's just ones and zeros. When you copy a picture or a file to your computer, it is saved as bits in the memory. To know where these bits are in the memory, your computer has a special table to track all of them. So let's call this table as master file table. What does this master file table do? It simply points to your file. So what happens when you have a new file on your computer? You add a new entry on the master file table and it points to the memory location of the file. Simple as it is.
Damn!
So when you empty your recycle bin, or if you delete a picture from your phone, you're not actually deleting the picture from your phone. Instead, you're just clearing the entry from the master file table and you're marking it as free. So this gives an opportunity to your computer to go and write over your picture, and it'll create a new entry in the master file table which points to your picture. So what you're doing here is just overriding your picture again and again. So let's look at a simpler example now. Deleting a picture from your phone or emptying your recycle bin is similar to deleting a chapter from the book. Just by going to the table of content and marking it as deleted, that doesn't mean that the content of the chapter is deleted, right? By marking the chapter as empty and saying that, oh, there is nothing in the chapter, go and write whatever you want in this chapter, doesn't mean that the actual content is deleted. You're just marking the chapter as deleted, not the content. But for the dumb computer, which is reading the table of content, it thinks that the chapter is empty, so there is no content available in this chapter. But of course, it doesn't change the fact that the content of the chapter is still there. There are special data recovery tools which can go look into your memory and see if it is marked as deleted or there is some content in the memory. But in some cases, only if you are lucky, this kind of special application can find your files, but only if you are lucky. But if some of the files has already been overwritten, there might be a problem. The files might be corrupted, or it might be melded with some other files which can create something like a digital Frankenstein monster. Data recovery can be a blessing sometimes. Back in 2012, a laptop which belongs to a photographer called Melanie Wilhide was stolen, and this laptop had all of her recent digital works. Imagine a laptop or your phone getting stolen which has all your pictures. But luckily, the police were able to find the laptop back. But the only problem was the thief had wiped out her entire laptop clean. He formatted her hard drive and started using it for his personal purposes. Now, what did she do? She and her team pulled up a team of data recovery experts. They came into the picture and they started digging down the hard drive. And the data recovery team was able to find few of her images still in the computer. But there was a problem here. As the thief was using this laptop for his personal purposes, the files were corrupted now. It was melded with his personal files. There was a problem here. The files were overwritten because the thief started using it for his personal purposes, but the files were corrupted in a very weird and cool looking way. So cool that Wilhide decided to exhibit the work and show it to the world what the thief had done. And she titled the work after the thief who made it possible, To Adrian Rodriguez with love. Now, after listening to this, you might be thinking, does your computer ever delete a file? Can I even delete a file by myself? Is it even possible to delete a file? Why doesn't the computer just go ahead and delete the file instead of deleting the link to the file? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Deleting a pointer to a file is way easier and faster than deleting the entire file from the memory location. Have you ever noticed that deleting a 10 GB file is instantaneous, but writing a 10 GB file takes hours? That's because of the same reason. You're not deleting the file, you're just deleting the link to the file. But when you're actually writing a file, you're writing the entire file to the memory. If your computer decides to actually delete a file, then it will take the same amount of time as writing a file to your computer. Do you want to do that? But sometimes you want to permanently delete a file from your storage or your computer in case if you want to donate it or sell it. In that case, how do you actually delete a file? Is there a way to do it? There are actually a lot of methods on the internet where you can delete a file permanently all by yourself. What you can do yourself is, first, format your drive and fill up your drive to the full capacity and fill up your drive with stale data over and over and over again. And for sure, this method will wipe out your whole drive clean. So make sure if you have any important family pictures of yours, transfer it to a new drive before you go ahead and do this. And the second method is the fun one, the physical destruction. Both fun and very effective. But obviously, you won't be able to sell it later or donate it. And this method is more for your sensitive data which you just want to get rid of. You know what I mean? So next time, when you delete something on your computer, just think, did I even delete it? Or is it just lingering around my computer somewhere? Thanks for making it till end of the video. I appreciate it. And let me know what you guys want to know in the next video in the comments. Till then, keep thinking.